everybody, welcome back to the flight deck. Today it is another sightseeing trip in our Bell-47G Helicopter. Today I thought it would be appropriate to fly the MASH helicopter version used in the Korean War. This was a patient transport helicopter, usually from the front lines back to the MASH units, Mobile Army Surgical Hospitals. Made famous, of course, during the TV show and the movie, and thought it'd be appropriate because today we are in Hawaii and we're going to go down, take a look at Pearl Harbor and Waikiki. So let's hop on board and we'll get this thing fired up. Alright, so we're on board now. Just want to make sure our view is properly centered. There we go. Alright, so to get this thing fired up, we're going to look down here. I'm going to turn on the instrument lights first. And I'm going to turn on the master and alternator. Hit the fuel prime for a second. I'm going to put the mixture on full rich. Fuel prime can come off. We will turn on the nav lights and the beacon lights. I'm going to watch the oil temperature to start with. The ignition goes to both. Check to make sure there's nobody around, and then we can start her up. Let's just make sure our collective is all the way down. There we go. You're starting up. Looking good. Alright, so we're going to put our transponder on our VFR frequency, or VFR setting of 1200. Put that to standby. Set our radio just from habit 122.8. Put that on standby or into the active as well. And then we're just waiting for our pressures to come up. So your oil temperature is rising. Transmission temperature is up. Put our strobe lights on. We won't need our landing lights, it's daytime. So we are currently at Wheeler Army Airfield, and it's located in the middle of the island. And from here we're going to fly south down through the valley down to Pearl City, Pearl Harbor, and Waikiki. So we'll get ourselves kind of set up here and ready to go. Everything looks good. Start bringing up the power. About 25 inches we should get takeoff. Got a little bit of left bandy torque. There we go. So we're now up. we don't want to be drifting too far, but to the north there, we'll go. We'll go to the north here, and then we'll loop around, and you can see where we are. So start getting a little bit of forward motion going here. There we go. And we'll start climbing up. We'll get a couple hundred feet of altitude here. So this is the Wheeler Air Force Base community. And then to the north over that way we have the Schofield Barracks. And this is one of the areas in Pearl Harbor that were hit during the attacks in 1941. The airfield especially. So we are currently over, what's it called, Waiahawa. There's the northern coast of the island. And we're kind of raised up here in the center portion. There you can see the airfield. And then the Army barracks are over this way. And you can see the airfield right there. The beautiful island here. This is Oahu, I believe. We got the doors open today as well since we're in Hawaii, so it might be a little bit noisier in here than usual. We'll come around the other side of the airfield here, and then we'll head south down towards the ocean there. See those rich red fertile fields. All right, so we're gonna head over this way. Like part of an old runway strip there. So in front of us is the town of Miliani. I'm probably pronouncing these a little bit wrong, but hopefully not. We're going to come down a little bit in altitude. So we are going to be descending towards the sea as well. Kind of follow the highway down. Sorry, looking off to the side for maps, and that's causing the little hesitation with track IR there. Just tracking where I am. So you see the town laid out. You know, baseball diamond over there. Got a, looks like a running track ahead of us. Football field. Of course, it's America. You gotta have your football fields at all the high schools, and a couple of baseball diamonds. Just keep flying south here. Now I am running some extra sceneries down here, so there may be hesitations for loading. So we'll see how that goes as we get closer. They've done a couple updates to the helicopter. I am noticing I've got to keep a little bit more active anti-torque pedal in. Oh, some nice pools. And we're coming down towards the harbor. A nice valley here. A bit of a ridge that drops off. So right in front of us is Waipahu. Again, butchering the names probably. Turn here a little bit to the left. We're going to head towards that next town over there. Just try to keep the speed up. So ahead of us is Pearl City. There we go, back to 60. And of course, Pearl City has Pearl Harbor and that natural inlet there. Very green up here. Of course, you got the Pacific. I think we're still in the northern hemisphere, so North Pacific Islands. See again some of the valleys and depressions. It's a hint to how this area was formed. through volcanic activities over the hundreds of thousands and millions of years. So anyway, here's Pearl City. See, it's on this kind of little plateau here. I'd assume a lot of these people would be working in the shipyards and the harbor. So we're descending down to 500 feet. The first of our scenery add-ons is coming up. That's Pearl Harbor itself. Adds a few, not too many things, but a few things in here. We're going to go take a look at. There's a bigger add-on coming up that's added a lot of stuff in here, so it's probably causing the most hesitations and stuttering. It's the highway down there. Oh, looks like we got an airplane coming into land at the airport. Here's Pearl Harbor. This, of course, being the very famous U.S. Navy port and home of the Pacific Fleet. Of course, what we're doing here is very much not allowed, but it's a sim, so we can do it. So there's an island here, a little airstrip on it, and it's called Ford Island. Definitely got the airplane landing there out at the airport. So coming up ahead of us is the Arizona Memorial, the USS Arizona. One of the first ships hit in the attack. It basically sunk almost instantly. Very few survivors, and she went down where she was moored, which is right where it is. Just get slowed down here. So there's the memorial right there, and the battleship sits basically beneath it. You can actually see it through the water, and it's still leaking oil and stuff from its tanks. And then in front of it we have the USS Missouri Memorial. Battleship right there. You can see how this one's got the tents and everything set up on the upper deck. ship is overlaying the photo of it that's been taken by the satellites, but there she is. Not sure if that one's publicly accessible or not, but that's the Missouri. And then over here we've got some active ships of the fleet in harbor, docked up. And to the south of us, before we get to the water, is Honolulu International Airport. And it's airplane landing. So we'll be coming back there in a little bit. We'll get our speed back up again. Going to leave Pearl Harbor and head over to Waikiki, which is the second big scenery installment we have here, and one that's eating up a lot of my frames. There's the airport. Some really neat things to see in the Waikiki area. All right. We're going to kind of head that way now. So both of these scenery updates are available on flightsim.to. We'll go between the little valley here, stay clear of the end of the airport. And they are pretty cool for getting down low. Now the Waikiki one is very frame rate intensive, which is why you will see stuttering. It's a bit of a pain, but it does look nice. So we're heading out of the airport area. And then we're going to turn and go around the north side of Waikiki first, and then we'll come back along the beach. And you can see how drastically the terrain is up and down here. Gonna fly over this ridge here, and then it drops on the other side. Golf course there. Another little drop off. All right. So that's Waikiki down there where all the buildings are. Very famous area here in Hawaii. So time-wise, it's about, I don't know, 10 o'clock in the morning. I've got the time set for. Beautiful with the green hills off in the distance. See the city running up in the valleys there. That's definitely loading in. So we flew in here in my Pacific Clippers series, but I did not have the scenery in. Yeah, you can see all the houses in the valley and up the hills. So this is an interesting thing coming up. It's called the Punch Bowl Crater. And what they've done is created a cemetery in the center of it. We'll take a look at it. A little bit of an outside view there. There we go. That's what we look like. Pretty cool. But there's the Punch Bowl Crater. Now, if you look at actual photos of this place, this is covered in headstones. All the bottom there, the green area. But it's got that memorial down in the far end there, the western end. Then there's like the path that leads up, and then on either side you'd have all the headstones. So it looks pretty neat, and that's an actual crater. Now I believe it's a volcanic crater. And we'll carry on from here. More baseball diamonds, a lot of high schools up here. We're going to keep flying down over the inland part of the area. And then when we get down to the water, we're going to drop down and come back along the shore. So again, flight sim not entirely meant to be seen from this elevation, but it does pretty well for what it's doing. And you can do this around the world, so That's pretty fantastic. So we're going to get down to about 500 feet here. I believe this is the University of Hawaii. Football field, baseball fields. And there's the main highway. Definitely track and field over there. We're again climbing up into the hills with the city. So right here, we're coming up to, and we're going to loop around it, is Diamond Head. And Diamond Head is a very famous place, big surfing place from what if I remember right. But well-known landmark and promontory here in Waikiki in Hawaii. A little bit of strangeness going on with the traffic there. We'll ignore that. Diamond Head, of course, is another crater. All right, so we're gonna descend a bit. Get some good views along the shore as we head back to the airport. We're going to be landing at Honolulu Airport. Views as always. Now we get back inside the cockpit. Alright, let's get our speed going here. We'll get over the water. Not going to go too fast, but I do want to get our altitude down to about 100 feet or so. Come in over the residences here. We're going to head up towards Waikiki, see it from the beach side, the water side. So this is all an add-on, the whole downtown Waikiki and beachfront area. Why it causes some hesitations when loading. This looks really, really good at night too. If you ever want to come through here at night, take a look at it. And we're passing by there, and we're coming up to the start of the Add-On scenery. So we're anywhere between 100 and 200 feet off the ground here as we come through here. You can see the line here where it starts. There we go. Famous beach fronts. It looks really good at night when it's all lit up. So what I'm gonna do, very quickly, we'll point out to sea. We'll turn the time up. I'll turn that flashlight off. There she is. Let's turn around and take a look at it at night before we head back. Keeping an eye on my altitude here. That looks pretty cool in the sunset. You can see the delineation. That's the fault scenery there, and then you can see where it starts. Yeah, she's looking pretty good at night. All the beachfront bars and facilities. Head back towards the airport. You got some ships out in the harbor here. Sure my instrument lights aren't on, but that's fine. There's the harbor. The marina there. like a gas tanker and a cruise ship. There is a cruise ship terminal up at this end that we're coming up to. If I do this, no, should be able to turn that. There's a red light there that I should be able to turn on, but that's fine. There's the piers. You got a couple cruise ships here. Fly over the end of Waikiki. We're going to head out towards the airport. So I'm going to turn the time back now. Wow, it's a little early. That's more like it. And we're going to head over to the airport. And we're going to put her down. Oh, I just saw you pop in. Put her down on the west side there. Climb back up to around 500 feet. There we go. So this is a runway they added on. I guess they reclaimed the land. We're going to go down to the end, circle around, and come back and land on the one of the aprons. So very quickly, I'm going to pull up the airport on my Navigraph so I can see where I'm going. When I get there. Alright. You see the big runway there, and then you taxi across a little adjoining section and head into the main part of the airport. So we're going to come down to the end here and then circle around and come in on the west side of the airfield. We're going to Joint Base Pearl Harbor, which is the military side of the base. Lovely water down there. So I hope you enjoyed your tour of Pearl Harbor and Hawaii and Honolulu. It's a lot of fun getting out and flying low and slow, general aviation, see the world. And I highly recommend flightsim.to for add-on scenery. Some of them, like this one, are pretty frame rate intensive, but if you can get a lower res version, or if you can find one that isn't as bad, they are a great deal of fun and add a lot of detail for when you're flying around. Alright, let's keep the speed up. Alright, so we're going to turn in around the end of the runway here. See the length of that runway, 12,000 feet, just over 2 miles long. So we're going to fly over the Air National Guard Center. It's down here by the water. And then we're going to head over to the hangars up here. Start descending down, easing back our speed. Big parking lot out there. All right. We're looking good. Secret for bringing these helicopters in is to plan ahead, have a nice gentle glide down to where you're going. And don't approach too fast. her in one spot. And we're down. Get rid of this damn logbook. So there's the collective all the way down. And everything is good. Turn that off. Lights can come off. Beacon light will stay on as she all winds down. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this tour. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.